Hi guys, this is Julia for Just One More Card, and today I have a video here for the alleyway stamps, and I want to tell you a little bit about a versatile card design. When I say versatile card design, I mean a card design that you can adjust for whatever occasion. And what I'm doing here is I have two pieces of white cardstock, I have a sheet of acetate and a regular A2 sized card base. Now, you'll see me here that I glued these pieces of white cardstock on top of this sheet of acetate. And when I said that this is a very versatile card design. Now, just by itself, it might look rather boring, right? You have a front panel, you have a card base, and there's not much else to it. But I kept it clean and simple intentionally as to not to distract from the actual idea that I have here. And that is how to make a card rather quickly, how to have a basic design that you can adjust for whatever occasion. Now, I know, like, at least for me, it's oftentimes so I want to make a card for somebody, but I don't have a lot of time, but I still want to make it look special so that the recipient knows that, you know, I've invested at least a little bit of time and effort into it. And so I was wondering, what kind of design could I do that I could easily reproduce, and adjust? And then I came up with this. So basically what this will give me is there's enough space to stamp a sentiment or even create a scene if need be. And I have this see-through part. That means I can also work with the background or whatever this panel is on top of. And you can see here the acetate. And this goes on top of this here. Now with the blue background, for example, I will have my penguin skate along here. I will just pretend this is ice where my penguin will skate. And I'm going to stamp the little guy here with Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I'm going to color him in with some Copic markers. And this is just very easy Copic coloring. I'm not going to go overboard here because I think, or I have the feeling that some of you might be intimidated by, you know, like very complicated coloring, you know, light sources and shading and what have you not. So I'm just using the darkest blue that I have and the darkest warm gray that I have and blending these together to get some color variation. But you could even just use one of these colors. So don't feel the need to constantly be, you know, the super artist. Just do whatever you like, whatever feels right to you. Now back to my design. You saw here that, or you will see it again, that I have this opening towards the lower part of the card, but you could change this design up and rotate this so that the opening of the acetate is actually towards the top of the card. Or you could rotate it again and make it vertical instead of horizontal. Let's just imagine you are making a card in the spring. You could have a green backdrop and mount flowers on top of the acetate. You know, you have the flowers and like a grass backdrop. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with a very, very basic design. You can see here that on the blue card base, I drew in two lines with my white gel pen. And this is just to simulate the skating lines that the penguin will make. And you will see here in a moment that I'll adjust it a tiny little bit because I didn't get it right on my first attempt here. And I mounted the little penguin with a foam square on top of my acetate piece, or well, the front panel actually. And having this huge sheet of acetate is actually helping because it makes everything a little bit more stable. So I'm not worried that this will fall apart. Here's my sentiment, and I could actually leave it as is, but I decided to add a few snowflakes here and there, and I then grabbed my Copic marker. I actually found one that is basically the same color as the card base, and I had to add my dots. I just couldn't help myself, sorry. But you can see here, like, you can rotate this piece horizontally, vertically, move the see-through part up or down, use it in the spring with flowers, use it with the blue background and mount some clouds on top of it. There are literally endless possibilities that you can do. In itself, it's very clean and simple, and you can keep it clean and simple, or you can go nuts and decorate to your heart's content. I'm trying really hard not to use any words that will get me into trouble, to express my enthusiasm for this design. So, sorry for the ramblings today. I hope you enjoyed the card nonetheless and it gave you some inspiration. And if you find this design helpful and create something with it, let me know in the comments. Cheers!